As you all are aware that holy month of Ramazan is being observed all over the world. Muslims, young and old, keep fast during this month. They fast from dawn to dusk. On this occasion, Prudent Media has organized a special program on this topic. And to discuss on this topic, we have Professor Syed Abdullah in our studio. Professor Syed Abdullah, I welcome you in our studio.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. It's my pleasure to be here with you.
So, Professor, can you tell our viewers what is the significance of holy month of Ramadan?
Yeah. See, the holy month of Ramadan is very important because it is in this month that the scripture Holy Quran was revealed. And not only Holy Quran but also all the other scriptures, maybe it be Bible or the Torah or the Zabur or other scriptures upon other prophets were revealed during the month of Ramadan. This is number one. Okay. That's why Ramadan is important. Revelation of the Holy Book. About the Holy Quran, we can say it was revealed in two stages. First, it was revealed from the heaven, what is called the Lohim Mahfuz. In Quran is mentioned, Bal huwa Quranun Majid, fi Lohim Mahfuz. It was in Lohim Mahfuz, with a tablet, you can say, preserved in a tablet. It was, even now it is there in the Lohim Mahfuz. From there, it was brought to the lowest heaven, what is called the Baitul Izzah. This was the first stage. And from Baitul Izzah to the Prophet, to this world, our world, it was revealed in 23 years. In the month of Ramadan, we see the beginning was made. The commencement of revelation, is during the last 10 days, what is called the Laylatul Qadr. During that period, the scripture was revealed. That's why the month is important. Number two, the holy month of Ramadan is important because it is during this month the Muslims have what is called a refresher course. They undergo fasting, spiritual training, and they abstain from all evil things. They resort to all good things, piety, righteousness. They do acts of charity and all good things. Special prayers, extra charity, extra prayers, etc. That's why the month is very important. It is very holy. Okay. And thirdly, it is during this month, we see even any prayer is rewarded 70 times than the other 11 months of the year, lunar year. If you pay any charity, the reward you get is 70 times multiplied during this month. That's why the month is significant for Muslims. So, and lastly, it is in this month we see the doors of open, the gates of heaven are opened and the gates of hell are closed. Okay. And it is said in the Hadith, it is mentioned that Satan is imprisoned during this month. So, it is the month of, you can say, piety, righteousness and all good deeds. That's why it is important.
Okay. Don't you think this is the most toughest form of fasting existing among this mankind? Why it's so?
No, this is not toughest form of fasting, I would say. It's not a torture.
Okay.
It is strict, yes.
Okay.
You see, fasting is in fact the intellectual cultivation of man. If you find the lowly instincts among all the animals, you will find either eating, drinking and sex. These three instincts are the lowly instincts, animal instincts. And these instincts are responsible for all crimes, all sins. Man lies, man commits fraud, corrupts, all bad deeds, evil, sins, etc. You will find the root of all these in eating, drinking and sex. So, the animal instincts are dominant in man. Man is also ultimately an animal, but man is both. Not only an animal, but also man has soul. the supreme being among all the creatures of God. So in fasting what we see, these animal instincts are kept under control. How? By denying eating, by abstaining from drinking, by abstaining from sex. All the three animal instincts are kept under control. They are restrained. Why? If they are restrained, then it is better for man to exercise self-control, self-restraint, self-discipline. You can say it is intellectual cultivation possible only when you control yourself. If there are bad habits, if the animal instincts are controlled, then it is easy to control yourself. You can discipline yourself. And what you can do, your spiritual aims you can achieve. Spiritually you can ascend. You can move forward.
So you mean that is the objective of fasting?
Yes.
So that is why, even though some people might feel it as the toughest form, but it is not tough as we think, it is the strictest form, right?
Yes.
So can you tell us what is the special connection between Ramadan and Zakat?
Oh yes. You see, Zakat, what is the meaning of Zakat? The word Zakat means purity.
Okay.
There are two meanings of the word Zakat. One is purity, purification. And the second one is growth, thriving, flourishing, growing. Actually, Zakat is a form of charity in which men of means, those who possess wealth, those who have means, they are enjoined to pay minimum 2.5% of their income. If they have passed, say, 12 months, what is called haul and a haul, means if the wealth is for 12 months, then you have to pay 2.5% of that as zakat. So zakat, mostly people pay zakat in the month of Ramadan. Why? Because Ramadan is a holy month. Here the rewards are multiplied, manifold than other months. That's why they prefer the month of Ramadan. And zakat, you know, what they do, they pay, because the spirit of zakat, as I mentioned just now, unless they pay their zakat, their wealth is impure. It becomes impure.
So it is compulsory?
It is compulsory for those who have means.
Okay.
Those who have 7.5 or say, we can say 75 grams of gold or 52.5, you know, or 25 grams of silver, or that much wealth. Equivalent to this much quantity of wealth should be, you know, in, say, in gold or silver, etc. If it is equivalent to that quantity, then zakat is compulsory, mandatory.
So what do you think, what is the benefits of this fasting on body and soul?
You see, fasting has, you know, many objectives to be achieved through this exercise. You know, number one, you can look at fasting from many perspectives. There's a social perspective to it. The whole community is in the spiritual mold of piety and righteousness. All of them abstain from so many things, eating, drinking, sex and all that. They do collectively. So you can say collectively people are resorting to acts of piety and righteousness. That's one. Social aspect of that. There's an economic aspect. What is that? Even if you may be millionaire or billionaire, you have to fast. And at these days, you know, fasting for 18 hours, 15 hours, 16 hours. Some people in some parts of the world fasting for even 20 hours a day. Can you imagine what is going to happen to them? They realize what is hunger.
Okay.
They realize what is hunger, what is appetite. They can understand how the poor people who can't afford to eat, they are starving. They can realize there is economic perspective. They experience the pain of hunger.
Okay.
That is economic perspective. They know what is poverty, the pain of the poor people. And there is moral, there is, you know, humanitarian perspective. You become more humane during the month of fasting. When you are fasting, you cooperate, you help everybody. You do many good things. normally you may not be doing, but in the month of fasting, when you are fasting, people do that. They try to help others. They become more humane, more sympathetic. They realize the sympathy, empathy for others, cooperate more to the needy, even anybody. So that's there. And of course, privately it helps. A person privately may become a better human being. He can realize. After fasting, privately he may gain. He will become a better human being. Improvement in him, refinement in him. There's reform in him. And apart from that, there are so many other benefits, like inner benefits, spiritual benefits. You can move nearer God, closer to God. Who doesn't want to move closer to God? Who doesn't want? And that is the biggest advantage of fasting.
Okay.
So you can acquire that spirit of taqwa. That is there. And apart from that, because of fasting, what happens is, you will find people doing everything extra charity and everything they are doing for the benefit of mankind. So you can say fasting helps. And there is third angle. What is that? From health point of view, physical point of view, fasting helps your body. Whole month when you fast, your belly, which remains empty for 15 hours or 16 hours, it helps in alleviating so many diseases. Medical science says the toxics which are created normally, they are, controlled or checked or eliminated because of fasting. This is the there are so many medical benefits. There's no time, otherwise we can discuss separately by any medical doctor in detail. But there is certainly, medical benefits of fasting also.
Yeah, so you mean it helps body and soul completely?
Of course.
Yeah. And can you tell us something about Laylatul Qadr, that during the month of Ramadan, Muslims follow certain nights. They call it the Badi Raat.
Yes.
So what is this Laylatul Qadr?
You see, Laylatul Qadr, as I mentioned earlier, in response to the question about Ramazan. See, Laylatul Qadr is the night when the Holy Quran was revealed. Revealed from Baitul Izzah, the lowest heaven, what is called Satwa Asman, to Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It is during this night, Laylatul Qadr, it is called night of power. Qadr is, translated as power. In the night of power. This night is better than 1,000 nights in other days, other months. So holy. Because it is during this night the Quran was revealed. The beginning of that happened. The Prophet was in Ghar Hira. That was in 610 AD, month of August. At that time, the angel Gabriel came to Ghar Hira, where Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was meditating, praying. The angel came and told, Iqra, Bismi Rabbika alladhi khalaq. Read with the name of God. The Prophet said, Ma ana biqari. I can't read, because he was unlettered. He was ummi, illiterate. Prophet was illiterate. He said, I can't read.